It's a rainy day, but it's a good day. We gotta go pick something up. When we decided to start living more of a self-sufficient lifestyle, one of the things that we knew we really wanted to be able to do was to raise our own meat. One of the main reasons why we wanted to be able to control that and do that is we wanted to be able to see where our food was coming from. This is something that we have no experience with. This is our first time going through this, but we are very excited for it. We understand that there could be some challenges that arise from doing it, but this is something that we knew that we wanted to do when we moved out here. And these 10 little Cornish Cross chickens are gonna allow us to be able to be more self-sufficient. And now here starts the beginning of this journey. And Cornish Cross are a lot different than all these chickens that we already have. You see, Cornish Cross are not really ever gonna be doing anything like this for us. They're not gonna lay eggs for you, most likely. Cornish Cross are bred to be meat birds. That is something that we have not dealt with here yet, but we are excited for the challenge. Melina just did a check inside the coop, and we happened to find some eggs that were not in the nesting boxes, and they're baby eggs. Let me show you a comparison here. And one more. They call that a fairy egg, I think, the ones that are super small. And that usually happens, I believe, when a chicken starts laying for the first time. So these Cornish Cross chickens that we got, just like any other chickens. So the very first thing we did for them is set up our brooder system for them. We put down our wood shavings, a fresh bed for them. We got fresh water. We put just a little bit of apple cider vinegar in them just to help them with their gut. We got a new feed. And unfortunately, the feed that we wanted to use for them, we wanted to get more of an organic feed. They did not have at the store, but we did order it online now. So for our second bag, we will be using that. So unfortunately, we don't have the first bag like that. That's something to think about when you bring home your meat birds. If you want a really good food, make sure you have it ahead of time so you don't trust the store is gonna have it for you. The last thing that we put into the brooder system is their heat plate. We prefer it other than using a heat lamp. I know that people like using the lights, but we don't want that to fall down and cause a fire or land on any chickens and crush them. So the heat plate works perfect. It gets the perfect system. They can walk right underneath it, in and out of it as they need, and we haven't seen a problem with it. And this is now our third time using a brooder system with the heat plate. You see the chickens? Milo, you see the chickens? These little guys right here, these are the Cornish Cross, little baby chicks here, just less than 24 hours still since we've had them. The breed is mixed with two different kinds of chickens so that they grow a lot faster. A lot of people, these are the ones that when you go to the grocery store that they use, but these are the ones that a lot of farmers and homesteaders will use because they give you the most bang for their buck, because in about 8 weeks they're mature size and you can process them at that age. Since this is the main one that a lot of people use and they grow so quickly, we felt like this was the best choice for us here to grab and the most common meat bird. So it was something that we wanted to start out with, but we've already tried to look into and decide what kind of dual purpose breed we might want to try to do for meat, and maybe not always do the Cornish Cross. We're just not sure about the 8 weeks, and that's how fast they grow. Is that really what's best or not? So we're just looking into it. We're not for sure yet. We know there is other options, so we're just not exactly sure what we want to do next after this time. But this is definitely for our first time. We got 10 of them, and we're gonna see what happens here. I wish I had another different kind of chick kind of to put side by side to show like 1 day, 2 day old kind of comparison type thing. But when I was at the store and I saw the other chickens that were there, you could really tell that already this chick was already bigger in size compared to the other kind of egg-laying breeds that were there at the store. Rosie, are you on the wrong side of the fence? Rosie, come here, girl. Come here. We are super excited to start this process, and it is something that will be challenging, something that's different, but that is the whole thing we signed up for here as we've been starting to live like this and starting to make these kind of decisions here. All this grass over here, and it's great, it's big, it grows good, it's nice and green, but we can tell the certain spots of the soil back here that aren't as good as other ones. And it's just gonna be so nice to be able to pull them along all of our yard here and really start improving the soil that much more. That's something that when you get into raising your own chickens like this is one of those things that you don't really think about. What are you guys doing? You guys hanging out? Hanging out in the compost? All right. Keep scratching around, keep flipping it for us, okay? I've said it before, compost bin in your chicken run, great idea. A lot of times when people start raising their own chickens to have meat for their family, the thing they really think about is, all right, I'm gonna feed these guys, they're gonna grow big, we're gonna process them, and we have meat for our family. But also, what these chickens are gonna be able to do for us is much more than that. We're gonna be able to put them in a chicken tractor, pull them along each day, moving them once to twice a day, and that's gonna help improve your soil. And it's one of those added benefits to having them that you really don't wanna take for granted. I mean, I can show you guys here real quick. We had our olive egger chickens in one of our big chicken tractors, and the 5 of them were in there. We usually had them for about once a week, and then we would move it. And one of the spots you can kind of see right here, I'm sitting next to right now. You could see the outline of it right here along with my finger. And all this at one point was all dirt. But now all this is grass that's coming back, which is amazing. So don't take that little thing for granted when you have these guys. Use it for your advantage. Don't just keep them in a little coop that you're not really gonna move. If you can, and you have the ability to make one or have it and use it, have a nice sized yard for it, get a chicken tractor for them so you can pull them along once a day. It's gonna improve your soil. Plus you'll have meat for your family once it's all said and done. Plus that's less feed for them because they'll be eating the grass along the way. So something that you really want to do for them. What you doing, girl? Under the willow tree? You want to come with? All right, come on, let's go. So the hard part about raising new animals, even though we've had chickens before, this is a new style of chicken. The hard part's usually not really taking care of them, like the water, the food, but the understanding on how that creature works. So this is just our first 24 hours with these guys, and although right now everything seems nice and easy and this is something that we've had experience with, we are going to have to learn, since they're bred to grow faster, they're going to eat a little bit more. So understanding the amount of feed that we need to give them, understanding how much they need, understanding how to move them once a day on their chicken tractor when we start bringing them outside, as soon as their bodies can handle it and they get a little older. Anybody can just dump some food in a container or fill up water for a chicken. But I feel like to truly take good care of any of the animals that you take care of is really learning their tendencies and their habits and what they like and what they don't like. You guys going ready? You guys getting ready for bed? Everyone getting ready for bed? Somebody's already in the roosting bar. We know these guys are going to take a little extra work and it's going to be a little different for us. But this is everything we want and we cannot wait to get this journey started with these guys. These guys have been a lot of fun and we still enjoy them. But we're ready for the next challenge. We'll see how this goes. We'll take you guys along for the ride. This was just the first 24 hours with them, but we're definitely going to want to show you guys more and more as we learn and adapt and figure out what we need to do for them. Thank you guys again, as always, for watching. You guys have a great day and a better tomorrow, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.